You know that we are in this world, but we're not of this world. I originally heard this wise words from my teacher, Michael Bernard Beckwith. And at first, I didn't understand what does it mean that we're in this world, but we're not of this world. And ever since then, I decided to understand it. What does it mean? And why is that important to know? And today I'm going to bring to you this wisdom, suggest to you a couple of things, especially because we're living in times where everything is moving very fast. Energies can travel like a roller coaster. I've had a couple of sessions later, and my client said, Paula, some days I'm up, some days I feel like I'm going down. And I've felt those energies myself, where changes happen so rapidly, things are so new, and we don't even know what to do with that. Or even in our own lives, we're seeing this. We're changing our minds, we're questioning things. We don't even know what's going on. We don't know what's going to happen. And how important is to know this truth that we are in this world, we're not of it. So, what this means is that we're eternal beings. Now, you don't have to believe this, and I'm going to invite you to open your mind to the possibilities. And what I mean by eternal beings is that the truth of who we are is this intangible thing that was never born, it will never die. Now we come into this world and we collapse into this body. I heard Dr. Sue Morter talking about this collapsing. You just come into this body, and in this beautiful, expansive energy that you are, that I am, it just has to fit in this dense existence called living as a human being. And so we start journeying into this adventure called life, and there's different challenges, and we grow and we fall out of grace at the age of 5 or 7 years old, depends on who you're talking to. We have all these moments in childhood where we slowly start figuring it out. Oh, wait a minute. This could be a little bit bumpy, this road, this journey as being a human being. And then we forget that we forget that we are eternal beings. And in this forgetting, we live as if we are from this world, of this world, and this is all we get. And things can get overwhelming. Things can get very, we can have that feeling of powerlessness, of hopelessness. And it just gets really dark sometimes. So today I got good news for you. But before I continue, today I'm talking about the concept we're not of this world. We're in the world, but we're not of it. And the main intention that I have for you today is to teach you how to ground yourself and how to meet both realities, how to meet the reality with a capital R, that we are eternal, beautiful, magical beings that have no boundaries. And right now, right here, right now, we're collapsing this human existence that has seeming limitations. I'm going to call that a reality with a small r. But before that, my name is Paola. I was with you last week in this beautiful Facebook Live that my dear, lovely friend that I love so much, John Jacob, does. And he's asked me to cover for him today again. So thank you so much for tuning in, and let's get ready for this beautiful conversation. So it is my intention, but in 15 minutes, you have a very solid practice that you can bring into your day to feel that groundedness, to feel that it is safe to be in this adventure, that sometimes it gets bumpy, sometimes it gets scary, sometimes it gets like, oh my God, I have no idea what we're doing here. So I started this Facebook Live saying we're in this world, but we're not of it. So I'm going to bring to you these little papers to do a little drawing. And I'm going to draw this line here representing our connection to the heavens. So now I just want to say something. The concepts I'm going to be using here might sound a little religious, Christian, and I'm just using symbols, archetypes. So let's not get caught up with ideas if it's true, if it's not, that, it has nothing to do with religion. Just bringing some concepts to understand this idea. So first, I'm going to talk about the concept of heaven, knowing that heaven is not a place above, but a place over here, right in the center of our beings. But I'm not going to get ahead of myself. First concept is that we have this line, and imagine that this is the line, your growth, your connection to the invisible, to that place where we come from and then we go to after we transition back into eternity. Because remember, we are mortal beings in this human experience, immortal in the spirit world. And so we're going to call this our connection to the heavens, our connection to that aspect of self that is invisible, intangible. And then we have our existence here on earth, our human existence. Here is where we experience, the birth, and then the growing, and then forgetting, and then the learning and going through challenges and getting married or not, or having babies or not, losing jobs, getting sick, and all the beautiful things, eating chocolate, going to the beach, falling in love, all those beautiful things that we live in this human existence. So as you can see, there's a cross here, which has a lot of symbolism, so much metaphysical symbolism. And so we are not of this world, but we're in this world. So let me tell you something. This has happened to me. Sometimes we're very good. We're very good at connecting with the world that is invisible, that with the reality with the capital R. And then we learn concepts of oneness. We learn concepts of connectivity. We're all one. We're one with Mother Earth. We're one with it all. We're one with our brothers and sisters. And it's amazing. It feels really good. We learn spiritual principle. That joy is the essence of this universe. That peace is eternal and is always available. So all of these beautiful things, and maybe you don't have to learn it, but you just close your eyes. And when you go within and you get very silent, you go, oh. And then there's nothing else to say. Because it's interesting when we try to describe what's in this realm of consciousness, it's indescribable. It has no name. In fact, I've learned from some mystics, reading some of the mystical teachings, and a couple of them said, if you want to talk about that realm, the best thing you can do is be silent. But because we're in a Facebook Live and I'm trying to get my point across, I need to use language. But I just want to say, this realm here, it's all about that oneness, that connection. It's good. It's when we go and we're going through a tribulation, we get really silent and we go, oh, and I know deep down, I'm going to be all right. It goes beyond the logic. And some people are really good at connecting at this, and that's wonderful. And we're in body. We're in this human experience. So what happens in this human experience? We live duality. We go through duality. What do I mean by duality? We have the night and the day. The night. The night and the day. We have the men and the woman. We have the yin and the yang. We have bliss and suffering. So we have opposites. We have this paradoxes. It feels like it's one or the other. We have that sense of separation that, brings us to be very judgmental, very righteous, very scared. Now, not everything about this human existence, it's negative. I said it before, there's so many beautiful things because we're in this human body. We have that capacity to taste delicious food. We have that capacity to hug our loved ones and feel so good. We have that capacity to have desires and dreams and goals and all of these things that create duality is what allows creation to happen, to have the polar opposites. And so it's both. It's both. So we have this connection to the heavens, and then we have this connection to the earth. Now, sometimes, and this I'm going to talk to you, to all of you that are seekers, and I know you're watching this because you're a seeker. I'm a seeker. Or a rememberer. I don't know if you say that, but someone that likes to remember what is real. If sometimes we like, not like I say if, but there's maybe no if, but when we go into those realms of consciousness and we learn about plant medicine, is so beautiful, so sacred. Oh my God, I have a lot of respect for it. All of that, like we go into those realms of consciousness, we learn, we heal, we forgive. Oh, it's so good. And sometimes we go into those realms of consciousness and we want to stay there. We say, oh, this is a lot better than living this linear life that brings problems, and I have to go to work and I have to listen to my boss and I have to have that discussion with my husband. Oh my God, or I have to like raise teenagers that are going through so much pain and so much confusion right now. And sometimes we don't want to come back to this experience and we get very ungrounded. Or we learn about all of that and then inevitably we have to be in the world and then we get very confused. Oh my God, Paola, I know about all those beautiful things, but it's so hard to integrate it into my life. And I had a conversation very similar to this with one of my dear clients that I love so much. If you're watching, you know who you are. And it was such an enlightening conversation that we had because it was that idea. And it's happened to me. I know all of this, and how do I implement it? How do I bring this concept of oneness in a relationship that is abusive? How do you do that? How do I bring the concept of there's no right or wrong in the world and in the universe, I'm sorry, and yet I'm engaging in my life in habits that are detrimental to my health? Yes, there's no right or wrong. I mean, you can do whatever you want. There's no right or wrong. Just the observer decides what meaning gives it to it. That's a very beautiful high consciousness idea. Yet you come into this world and then you say, well, I'm going to do some drugs. And there's no right or wrong. And in this body, your body is screaming out loud saying, oh, this is hurting me. So how do you merge both worlds? And here is the middle point of this cross that I'm going to draw a little heart here. There is a merging of both, and that is by coming home, by coming right here. But there's no right or wrong. There is not such a thing as judgment, and there is a lot of discernment. Discernment that says, yes, I know we are one. I know we are one. There's no separation, is an illusion. And this relationship is hurting so much that I'm going to love this person from afar because there's some boundaries that need to be set. Still love this person. I know we're one. I know there's been a beautiful purpose for this situation. And I'm going to discern to say no right now to that. Well, I'm going to say yes to it. It feels very scary. Maybe I had this other conversation with another client. She's like, well, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for things to happen. Now, things are happening. And the calling is to say yes to what is happening, to stop the wait and take some action because we're in the world. So we get all the insights from where we are from we are off the universe. We get it from the intelligent mind of the universe. And then once it's dropped here, now it's time to take action in the world. And why am I telling you this? Because first, it's come up a couple of times in the last month for me and my clients. And it's because it's important to not confuse one thing with the other. And also, it's important to know that there is a merging point. Now, in order to be in that merging point, it's so important to ground ourselves, to bring that beautiful energy and insight from the heavens, wherever heaven is. You bring it in, you drop it down, and then you ground it here. You ground it into your existence, and you ask your discerning heart, your intuition, okay, I know. Now show me how I implement this For me, I'm not going to judge anybody else if they do something else. For me, now this is the importance of grounding yourself. So now I'm arriving to the title of this video today. How do I ground myself? Well, one of the most literal ways is that you find a place where you can put your bare feet in the ground and just feel the earth underneath your feet. If you don't have a way to do that, or you're right now in a place where it's cold and it's too hard to get outside, or it's raining, I'm going to show you a way. And the way that I'm going to show you is through a little guided visualization. But before I do that, I just realized I started all excited and I haven't said hi to you. So if you are connected right now, I would love to see your name. So today I'm a little smarter and I see the comments. Because last week I couldn't see the comments. So Michelle, hello, and thank you for your time and energy. Thank you, Michelle, for tuning in. Hello, Liz. Hello, Liz. Hi, you're a beautiful human being too. Rebecca from North Carolina. Is that right? Okay. Hi, Marcos. Hi, Elhami. Archangel. I love that. Okay. Hi, Abby. Yay, Abby. So good. Hi, Lori. All right. So if you are connecting right now, if you're online right now, say hi, or you're welcome, Christina. Hi, Phoebe. Hi, Victoria. So good to see you guys. So are you guys ready to do some grounding? So very important. Again, we're doing this because, yes, we want to connect to the truth of who we are. And again, just know that I'm doing this because it's a way of explaining it. There's no out there. It's only in here. But just for a way of explaining this, so we are bringing all of that wisdom into our hearts so that we can implement it into our lives. And so what happens when we do this is that we live lives of congruency, of coherence. What Gandhi said, what you think, what you say, when you do, is all in alignment. That's congruency. And let me tell you what happens when you do that. You become more influential in those near, closest to you. You don't have to say too much. Your presence is enough for people to get it, to get what you're about. When we're in this congruency, things that are not meant to be in your life fall apart very easily, very quickly. And things that you're desiring, you magnetize them so beautifully. Sometimes it's trippy. Sometimes I go, oh wow, okay. I asked and I received. And it is my practice every day. Yes, I want to connect in my meditation. I want to connect to source. And then tell me, what does that mean for my life? So let's do it right now. It's very easy. So you're going to close your eyes. We're just going to take a deep breath in, and you're going to exhale down. And you're going to imagine that you're going to be calling back your attention from other places, from other times, from other people, and other events. So imagine that your attention has been somewhere else and you're calling it back with your awareness. We're calling that attention back into our bodies. And when you breathe in, I want you to breathe in that energy. And when you breathe out, I want you to imagine your body filled with energy. Inhale. Exhale, fill your body with energy. And again, sometimes it might take a couple of times to bring your energy back. Use that inner authority that lives within you to call back your attention from the past, from the future, from other people, from circumstances that have happened. Bring it back. So as you're there in your body, maintain a strong presence in your body. Now, I want you to imagine that at the base of your spine, in your root chakra, there is a beautiful cascade of energy growing out of the base of your spine. Or perhaps you want to imagine that these are roots growing out of the base of your spine, growing, going down your feet. And I want you to imagine that they start penetrating the floor, and then they're reaching down to the earth. Once this roots or this energy, these energetic roots start penetrating down, I want you to imagine that these roots grow down, 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 all the way to the center of the earth. And I want you to feel that presence in your body. You're rooting all the way down to the center of the earth. In the next exhalation, I want you to release and let go of any pain, any physical or emotional pain that you might be holding on to, and imagine that it goes down through that cascade of energy or through those roots, and then you give it to Mother Earth. And feel a strong presence in your body and very grounded, maybe a little heavier in your body. Not as in heavy energy, but as a strong presence in your body. And right there, tell yourself, I love being in my body. I love being in Mother Earth. Now bring that energy into your heart. And anytime you need today to go back to your center, you can do this exercise. It takes a couple of minutes. It will allow you to listen to your heart a little bit more clearly. Let's take a deep breath into the heart now. Let go. Very slowly and very gracefully, you open your eyes and come back very strongly. In your body, you are present. You are right here, right now. You guys, when in doubt, when in overwhelm, right here, right now is where your answer is. Bring back your energy to your body. Root into Mother Earth. Connect to your heart. Right here, right now. And you'll see how there will be a calmer mind, a calmer way to do things. I just want to say that this grounding exercise is very important to me to give credit to who I learned it from. I learned it from Jeffrey Allen. And I've been enjoying grounding so much. It's so powerful. So let's see who's here. All right, guys. If you can put a little comment in the chat on how you feel after this beautiful grounding visualization. Okay. Beautiful, Elhami, Archangel. Thank you. I'm so glad you're putting some music in the background. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Holly. All right, guys. I think I have delivered the message and I feel complete. I hope you feel complete. If you watch the replay, put your comments and I'll be right after. I'll come back to the comments and coming back to you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Have a wonderful weekend and have fun grounding yourself. Goodbye.